What's the real measuring stick for awakening? Let's say what it's not first, and then maybe to get more clear. Let's debunk the things that you can say the collective populace think is awakening. Let's do that. We don't need to state obvious stuff, like if I'm like going around shooting people, that's probably not awake. Might be being used as a karmic instrument, who knows? Anyway, a lot of these, I touched on this on my other video, a lot of these, we have to understand what's impressionable for the mind. This is the thing, what's impressionable? Mind likes big stuff, likes grandiose things. It likes events, it likes, some kind of exclusive, drastic stuff. It's what it likes. When it comes to simplicity, if you're just like the person next door, no, people don't want to see that or hear that. They want to hear from somebody or see somebody that's like in the public eye, like it's doing something on material level that's very outlandish somehow, or that has has a very sophisticated intellectual way of articulating things, and very polished. Be very polished. Learn when you talk how to move your hands. I like Eckhart Tolle. He's funny. He doesn't try to do any of that stuff. He's one of the most authentic, humble. Okay. I know some will disagree, and I know, look, when you get to that level, man, not level of self-realization, but level of, this is why Papa G and a lot of these people, they didn't want to create ashrams in centers just because of all this, the nonsense that goes with it. There's karma that comes with that. Doesn't matter how self-realized you are. You still have to operate within the laws of being in this human world. So you start creating things, you start expanding, make organizations and foundations. There's so much nonsense that comes with that, So, yeah, I'm not talking about that. I listened and knew Eckhart when he was like not at that level, and he's just funny, and he didn't lose that. He didn't lose this natural, funny humility. This is a real measure, you can say, for awakening, because the ego can't be there. When you're humble, when there's not arrogance in you, when you're not like talking down, or you're not catching a high from people revering you, if you're not doing that, that means ego's not there. If ego's not there, automatically you're going to be aware, you can say, of your deeper nature. It's automatic. That's what I mean. You don't have to do something to cultivate awakening. It's more like you're becoming undone. It's more of an undoing. How are you going to cultivate what you already are? But it takes a real self-honest person, introspection, to rub out all these subtle ways that arrogance and ego plays. This is the thing. Spiritual ego, man, it's like the worst ego. I made a video about that too. It's so like, it hides. You see, there's something about power. This is a whole lesson in itself. There's some gurus who, this is where it gets tricky, because they can be mixed. You can have somebody with very high level self-realization, also aware of, you can say, this inner presence, and feels serenity. They feel peace. But a lot of times, there's still arrogance there, and here's why it gets missed. Because if there's a strong devotional following, when people are devotional, especially women, because they're more emotional, when they're giving you this reverence and devotion, you're getting energy. That feels nice, but it's a trap also. It can be a big challenge. because you start living off of that energy. So then you miss the subtle. You don't really have to do the introspection, and you don't feel the consequences of, you can say, certain impurities that you do. You don't feel the sting of that, because the devotional energy that you're getting supersedes that. You're living it's like if you're doing drugs or something. You don't feel, you can't really do proper self-analysis. You have no motivation to. You don't feel the pains, or your conscience isn't really activated when you do something that's not, not in alignment with your spirit. You don't feel that because you're like doing drugs. So you don't feel it. It like numbs you somehow. It just kind of makes everything okay, even though you're not really on point. This same thing can happen if you get too much devotional energy. And this is what happens to some of these gurus who have made it in the public eye, so to speak. Somebody who's sensitive, you can feel the vibration, though. You can tell. You can tell when they're speaking. There's something, it's not, it's mixed with arrogance. But they'll never see it. You can't go tell them that. Their ego won't let them see it, because why? They have thousands of other beings confirming that they're great. See, this is a big trap. That's what I'm pointing out. It doesn't have to be a big thing like that. You don't need to have thousands of people revering you. Even if you have one person revering you, that can still play. And I feel like that right there is a very advanced stage, advanced level, is when a being is getting attention, getting devotion from other beings, but yet they don't take it personal somehow, and they don't lose their humility, because that stuff can happen and you don't even know it. That's how tricky it is. You don't even know it. That's why, like, this life, nobody can declare on any level that they got it beat now. I got Maya beat. My self-realization is at such level, I can't be tempted. Life can do something to you. It's only by humility that will allow grace to, you can say, protect one in a very extenuating circumstance and challenge. Because without grace's protection, we can get caught up. You can't get grace's protection without doing as often as you can a check-in to see, like, am I in my humble state. I'm making a video about like true awakening is the balance between non-duality and devotion, because it is. Yeah, I'm gonna save that for the next one. Maybe I'll just do that now. I'll turn this off and make that one. We're starting a group September 17th, I believe. There's a link in the description box, and you can click on the website if you want more information. I want to make some certain videos between now and then so that people can get a good gist of the vibration and what's being shared there, you see? Because we want to attract the right people. It's not about quantity, it's about like matching frequency. That's why I'm making these videos. All right, I'll see you soon.